Honestly, it came from, like I just talked about, my parents had me at a young age.
Yeah.
My mom was a junior in high school. My dad had just got out of high school, so he was basically a freshman in college. And I come around, you know what I mean? So in my mom's household, especially with her having me at a young age,
Yeah.
it was like, we don't know if you're gonna, be with him down the road. So
Right.
he came out of you. That's
Johnson.
exactly.
Johnson.
So that's how Johnson came about, because they wasn't married then.
Yes.
So then later on, when I was in high school, my junior year, they got married, and it was always a big fuss because I just missed my sophomore year.
Okay.
Right.
Right. Yes.
So now my dad, because it always was a fuss about when I was playing Little League, like I'm too old, because I was always the youngest on every team that I played on. Mm-hmm. Always the youngest. But I was typically the same size as everybody that I was playing with. Right. So it was always a discrepancy whenever we went to go weigh in. Nah, he's too old. Where's his birth certificate? This, that, and other. So then when we got in high school, I just came out not playing my sophomore year. Yeah. It's a funny story. My freshman year, I got suspended. And this wasn't nothing I did outside of football. I did an excessive celebration in the game before. I was supposed to be suspended for the next game coming up, but it was against our rival, Dillard. So our head coach comes into Jeff. I can't remember his last name. Comes into the locker room, because he just got the news that I'm not going to be able to play. Comes into the team meeting room, this, that, and it's like, man, Pat, they just suspended you, but you still gonna play. Yeah. I'm like, I'm still gonna play. How I'm still gonna play? Right. They put me in number 12. I had a dark shield and was out there still cooking. Oh, so the principal was out there, like, hey man, who was that number 12?
Yeah, who's that? Where did he come from?
We ain't seen him all year.
Oh yeah, a new number 12.
Oh, so
custom player.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Had to wear sleeves. Had to look different.
Yeah, had to look different.
So that ended up happening. So he ended up getting fired. But long story short, man, that was pretty crazy. But that's why my dad didn't want to change my name while I was in high school, because he didn't want to go through all the loops and hurdles about why I changed my last name, new birth certificate, this, that, and the other. So that's why we waited. We thought it would be an easier transaction once I graduated high school and going into college. And that's when P2 was born.
All right, so let's talk about college. Let's talk about that transition. So obviously, I went to USC. I'm a Trojan. Mm-hmm. I thought we were going to be teammates for a long time. Mm-hmm. But then when on your signing day, I don't know if you did it at the All-American Bowl or not, but
I did.
On your signing day at the All-American Bowl, instead of choosing the Trojan cap, you know what I'm saying, cardinal and gold, you picked gold and purple. Yep. So talk to us about just trusting your instincts on making the right pick to go to LSU.
Man, it's so ironic. I'm wearing you guys' color right now. But you know what's crazy about that decision, man? To this day, it's the best decision I made in my life. Yeah. Just because I wanted to go to USC, what Pete Carroll had. I'll never forget when I came down there I came to 2 visits. The Rising Star that they used to have in the summertime. Yep. That was like my initiation of meeting the coaching staff and things like that. Ken Norton, that was my guy. He was the guy who recruited me. Him and Pat is offensive lineman named Pat something. So those two was like my recruiters who I basically talked to a lot. So I go there in the summertime, the Rising Star, win MVP, this, that, and the other, meet Reggie Bush, just kicking it. Yeah. Going into my senior year, I never would have, because that was my first time actually being on a flight too. I'm like, man, that's a 5-hour flight from Florida, man. That's a long way away.
Weird, yeah.
So then, as the process started going on, man, Pete Carroll was on me heavy. Yeah. Like Pete Carroll came down to Florida when they gave me my my day to the city.
Yeah. Okay.
He was there, man. I still got pictures of Pete Carroll, Ken Norton, and Pat in the audience. That's crazy. Watching me receive my my key to the city of that day. So that was pretty cool. But during that process, he was always coming down to Florida. Yeah. So I felt like we had a real close connection. Mm-hmm. But then all the stuff started coming out about, possibly the team's going to go on probation.
Yeah.
Not going to be able to play in bowl games.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll his name started floating around in the NFL.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, that's going to be kind of tough. I get there, we can't play in no bowl games.
Yeah.
Which, you want to be on the big stage in college, you know what I mean? So you have eyeballs on you, you know what I mean? Pete Carroll might not be there. The guy who I, grew a relationship with, who I grew a connection with, who I want to have coach me, because he's a DB guy. I love his energy.
Right.
I never forget going into the team meeting room, him and the guys, they made this big pile of chairs. They just started throwing chairs in the meeting room. It was like, man, this is what I want to be around.
Yeah.
So, like you talked about how you initiated the question, trusting my instinct, I was like, I don't think that's going to be the best pick for me because it's far away. It's a lot of questions about the school, as far as if they're going to be able to play in bowl games, if Pete Carroll's going to be there. Let me kind of pull an audible because I was very, very close to going to USC.
Yeah.
So let me pull an audible. So then I go to LSU, never had a conversation with LSU until October of my senior year.
Okay.
They invited me out to come to a game. You see LSU every once in a while.
Right.
Ben, from Florida, didn't know much about the school for the most part, but it was at the time they was about to win a national championship. So I'm like, let me go check it out.
Yeah.
I never forget, man. I go there. I tell my mom, I was like, man, I can't see myself wearing no dang on purple and gold.
Yeah.
Like, no, it ain't happening.
Right.
But when I went there, man, and just the vibe, the attitude that the players had, I really felt like it was at home.
Yeah.
Like the guys, the grind that they put in and the same mindset that they had towards football and the attitude they had towards football, I was like, man, I think I probably can get jiggy with this. And it was going to be a fresh slate for me to get there because all the seniors, Chevis Jackson, all those guys were out of there.
Yeah.
So it was going to be a good opportunity for me. And what really rung my bell, they never had a Jim Thorpe winner. And I always, you know what I mean? So they never had a Jim Thorpe winner. And going to Florida State, we all know my idol is Deion Sanders. And what he was able to build there, that's what Florida State really became. So I was like, man, I have an opportunity to be a trendsetter here.
Right, yeah.
I think this is going to be home. And, they allowed me to wear number 7.
Yeah.
Like, they pretty much laid out the red carpet for me. So I was like, this is going to be home. I obviously found my wife there, so the rest is history. But by far, man, LSU was the best decision that I made because it was so hard at the time, man. I had Florida, Miami, USC, Alabama, like all these schools, Nick Saban was at my high school a whole bunch of times.
He had just got to Alabama.
Exactly,
too.
And he always had those number 1 recruiting classes. So it was tough, man, but I'm happy that I made the right decision for me, in my life. What I was able to create there, to me, I feel like it was pretty remarkable.